Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Random Road to Glory episode 2. For those who missed the grand premiere last time out, I'll leave a link to episode 1 down below. It was a belter, if I do say so myself, but for those that cannot be asked, basically we're building a team using the usual RTG format, no money spent, but we're not allowed to use any players from the top 9 nations or top 5 leagues. That is apart from Carl Jenkinson, of course. And speaking of which, I can't think of a much better place to start than with the big man himself. We kick this episode off with our second Evo upgrade, slowly working our way to the big double 9. I was going to finish all 3 stages, but it leaves you with the free kick, playstyle plus, and as good as that third stage is looking stat-wise, I don't want to be looking into that just yet. Say what you want, I have playstyle plus commitment issues. I think we could hold out for something just a little bit better. Regardless, that overall bump leaves Jenko as one of our higher rated players, which with all due respect to the bloke, is mildly worrying. Not to fret though, I do have a plan. While we may currently have the budget of an Accrington Stanley, and even that may be pushing it, for the keen-eyed amongst you, we are sitting on a bucket load of packs. Granted, most of them were for the stadium. I have never opened so many XL Tifos in my life. Speaking of, if the guy who made them unskippable is watching, you deserve literal jail time. Fortunately, it was defo worth the wait. There was some more than decent pulls. We opened proceedings with a Pedri, which weren't too shabby. This was quickly followed by an 89 overall Ruben Dias. However, the best was yet to come. As in our last pack, an 81 times 2, mind you, the jewel of our crown, a Kevin De Bruyne, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't use any of them. Cheers, Sherlock. It's true. We can't use a single one in our actual team. However, there's an SBC I've been eyeing up, which these will do more than nicely slotting into. More about that later, though. For the time being, I think it's time we stop faffing about in the menus. How about we play some football? Since our last Div Rivals outing, well, we haven't moved an inch, to be honest. Still Div 10. But I don't imagine that'll last much longer. No better place to start than game 1, I suppose. This fella's team, nothing special. Another lone Haaland. However, I can see that becoming a problem. Only 99 games. Who EA gave the thumbs up to that? I can tell you up front, in this one, no, it weren't an issue. It's the unsung hero of our midfield, Mr. Matthew Leckie, to give us the early league. The ball's threaded through to Jimenez, who sends the defender shopping with the fake, slots it inside, and it was never in doubt. 1-0 to the gents. The barrage, it didn't stop there though. It's Saki this time, and have a look at this for some composure. First goal, we're sending the centre back to the shops. Now, we're putting the GK to bed. It's the ball roll to sit him on his backside, and a pass into the open net to put us 2 to the good. Me personally, I'd have already been loading up the next one, but he was clearly a better man than me. Gave us just enough time to bag a couple more. 25th minute, it's Goodwin to glide past this man, and any 9 worth their salt. He's bagging that 3-0 before finally the icing on the cake, the pièce de résistance, if you will. It may be Lozano to win the penalty, but there was only ever one man taking it, never in doubt. Bottom right corner for Jenko, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote. Game 2, and on booting up this one, well, if you're not winning these, you really shouldn't be posting FIFA on YouTube, to be honest. Fortunately, I still can, as it was our entire front 3 to get in on the act and close this one out early. Jimenez again, with that wand of a left peg, gave us the lead. Not long after, it was score return provider, a simple square to double our tally. He did think about leaving, bless him. Clearly had a word with himself, thought, you know what, let me just hold one more, of which Lozano was happy to oblige. Goes absolutely missing behind the defender's left shoulder before side-footing into the net and putting this one to bed. So let's just say as it is, we're absolutely flying. However, big Division 9 now, who knows? Could get a bit tricky. So I thought, maybe time for some reinforcements, 1 or 2 extras to bolster the ranks. Bank balance though, but a swift end to that idea. However, something far better happened. As I was going through, you know, innocently claiming my objectives, trying to pull together all the measly coins we had available to us, I stumbled upon something. A little 75 plus player pick. Now, any usual man, this is throwaway. But not in this team. Special things happen at this football club as we pull an 89 overall Rodri. Now again, I can't use him. I don't want to use him. However, if that wasn't a sign to have a little crack at that SBC I mentioned earlier, I don't know what was. So, I did what needed to be done. I had a little whip round, bundled everything we had in our name together, and we just about got it over the line free of charge. Now, they claim nothing's better than free food, but the bloke who said that clearly never opened an 88 overall winter wildcard. Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Mexican duo becomes 3 as the icon himself joins the strike partnership. Now, I was umming and ahhing, toing and froing about icons. In a series like this, the chemistry boost they give us is huge. But let's say I bring in someone like Vidic. Sure, he's Serbian, and technically that's the only association to anything he has on his card. But we all know he played for United, for Inter. It just feels a bit cheap. This man, however, look at those clubs. Have a look. You go through all of them and try and find a single one from a top 5 league. You'd be here all day. Why is that? Because there ain't one. He is by its very definition Mr. RRTG, and along with that title, he has now earned the prestigious honour of being this team's number 9. So I weren't about to delay this one. Let's get straight into some gameplay. First match in Div 9, and to be honest, early doors was looking more of the same. A decent team, and then lone Haaland. One very big difference. In this one, however, a collector's item. We actually go 1-0 down. It's Haaland to Ruud to goal. We make it way too easy, and a player of that calibre, he ain't missing those. Fortunately, we had someone even better lurking down the other end of the pitch. Didn't take him long, did it? Gets the ball from Saki, drops the shoulder, and he peels his man like a clementine. 1-1, and it was game on. I say that, but truth be told, it was only game on for us because traffic was flowing one way once that fella got in the mood. Christ, 10 minutes later, and he's causing carnage in their back four. Defenders are literally knocking each other over to try and get to the bloke, and even then, he's still got the peace of mind to say, go on, enjoy that. Squares it to Lozano and gives us our first lead of the game. Didn't take long for him to be back amongst the goals though. It's just a peach of a 1-2 with Lecky. And that Trivela plus, yeah, you've got to be seeing that. Naughty. Flies past the keeper to bag his brace before it's Goodwin to really close this chapter. Again, it's Hernandez just taking liberties down that right flank. I mean, what can't this man do before pass, goal, rage quit? Next game, and this team popped up and I thought, hang on, we could be in trouble here. Someone likes a FIFA point or two. Isaac, Jota, Son. One guy didn't have though, you guessed it, Hernandez again manages to break loose down the wing, and it's the Mexican hotline of Hernandez to Lozano to the back of the net. 1-0 to the gents, and number 9 again, just making it look too simple. I mean, he got past the first one so easy, thought, you know what, let's have a second. Does the both of them. And then there it is again, that Trivela plus. Get used to it. This one, though, I think this might just be the pick of the day. Ball on the byline, turns one, fakes the other, one-on-one with the keeper. No problem, mate. Gonna need a bunk bed for all the GKs we're putting to sleep. Again, sits him down, scores the goal. And yeah, I'd probably be gone after that one too. And that is where we are calling it today for episode 2. And that might just be an all-timer. It might just be. When we look back from 20-0, in however long in the future that may be, we'll be thinking, yeah, that right there, that's where momentum was built. That's when things really started to take shape. Speaking of which, hopefully we can start FUT Champ soon, try and get that bank balance rolling, even maybe a FUT draft. I've got a few tokens stashed away, we could dabble. Regardless, I think that is objective numero uno. Look at me, Hernandez even got me speaking Spanish, for goodness sake, that's how much I love him. I think that's objective number 1 for next episode, to up the funds and bring in some more recruits. Saying that, I am keeping an eye on your comments if you have any thoughts. Thank you, Jacob Sanchez, for yours. Congolese from the Scottish League. I cannot put into words how spot on that is in terms of the type of player I'm looking for. I know after an Evo or two, he would be a demon as well. Unfortunately, it's the age-old issue of coins, but he is on our watch list, don't you worry. We are keeping tabs. Along with that, also a big thank you to everyone else who has liked, subscribed, commented, or just supported in any way. To be honest, I didn't think anyone would really watch episode 1. I kind of just made it for a bit of fun. But having that interaction, I think it's only right we see this thing out to the end. Anyways, that'll be all for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever you are doing, and I will see you on the next one.